Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon as per your respective time zones. On behalf of entire Mastek Managed Services team, we'd like to welcome you all to this 24C Talent and OLC Advisory webinar session. This important session is to keep you fully synchronized with the new features and functionalities as a part of this coach release which Oracle provides. My name is Hardik Patel. I'm an operations manager here at Mastek Managed Services team. Today, I'm your host for this session, and I'm glad to introduce my colleague Yashi Pandit, who is part of our vast HCM team at Mastek. Today, she'll take us through all the talent and OLC updates for 24C coach release. Today's session is planned for around 45 to 60 minutes. Before we go to the agenda, let's have a quickly look at the important disclaimer. We would like to convey you our approach towards Oracle updates in a very simple method. We'll be taking you through vital analysis for the 24C updates done by our experts, which will help you incorporating new features and updates easily into your system. Also, we'll sync you on any bugs or known issues if there are any, and then we'll be closing it. This is to give you a glimpse on how we have crafted the structure of this session. The first thing what you see is a list of new features coming into 24C, detailing on features. So you got brief understanding on what new features are all about. Next one is what are the business benefits and important takeaway for you as a decision maker. There are 4 important components where we've done in-depth analysis for the features which we're going to present to you today. The first one is impact level analysis, which demonstrates the impact on end user. If it's a low impact, regression testing can be avoided. If it's a high impact, we need to offer regression testing. The second one, which is we all are aware that there are some features which are by default auto-enabled by Oracle, and that's some which we need to opt for. Third one highlights the nature of the feature. There will be certain configuration which may be required and some can be used without any changes at all. And the last one, which is a quick win. This term we use to simply convey that what is ready to use by investing minimum amount of time and what requires significant amount of time and efforts to make use of this feature. With this, I'll be handing over to my colleague, Yashi. She'll be taking you through today's session on talent and OLC. Yashi, please go ahead and start the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Hardik. Hi, everyone. We will be starting with our session of 24C and their updates in Oracle Learning Cloud. The very first update is filtering for required learning on My Learning page. So now on the Redwood page of Employee Self-Service, learners would now be able to see the filters like required, to do, completed, and all together by default when landing on the page. The impact level for the same is very low. You don't have to enable it, and if you want to default or change any filter, then the same can be done by VBCS Studio. It is by default available, hence no need to enable and configuration is not required. The next update is control learner reattempts on SCORM and HACP content items. So now learning administrators have the rights to control and set a number on the learning attempts. So whenever a learner fails to pass the SCORM content that is in the e-learning, the learners would be able to reattempt it as per the number configured by the learning admin. And you can also set up the time when the learners can reattempt after the failing attempt. So you can set up a wait period as well as the exact number of attempts. The impact for the same is low. We don't need to enable the feature, and this is available out of the box. This enhancement will ensure a smooth learning experience to the learning admin as well as the learners to retry the approach. The next update is direct links to the tabs on the browse page. So now in the communities, you can directly, when you create the communities and courses, you can simply click on it and you will be able to see 3 links. That is the self-service link, administrator link, and the embedded code. So you can directly use this link in various parts like journeys, to create external URLs in any of your tasks around, to help learners directly navigate to communities rather than navigating from me learning tab. Again, the impact for the same is low. You don't need to enable it. It is by default available out of the box from Oracle after 24C. So you will be directly seeing it in your environments once you click on the created communities. Next is the enhanced search of catalog resources. So earlier, before 24C, we did not got any description or additional fields when you land on the resources page in Redwood. Now you can directly search with the keywords, and by default Oracle will show the results which contains those keywords. That could be, for example, a classroom name or a word from their description or the resource number. Again, no need to enable it. Configuration is not required. It's by default available with the Redwood setup if done in your environment. Next update is moderate conversations. So the conversations are already available at course and communities level. Now onwards from 24C, admins have the rights to edit or delete the comments available at the course level. So this streamlines the learning administration tasks for efficient management at self-service level done by the employees. Again, the feature comes by default with the Redwood UI, and no additional configuration is required for the same. Next update is purge deleted and errored learning assignments. So after 24C, now Oracle gives the flexibility to entirely purge the deleted assignments. So once the learning assignments are converted to the status of deleted in the learning assignments task, then you can entirely wipe out those records by purging the process. You don't need to enable anything. By default, the process is available in scheduled processes. It's not running by default. Learning admins can directly go to scheduled processes work area, search for the process of purge learning assignments, specify the date in the parameters that before which time the deleted records have to be taken care of, and then they can simply submit. By default, Oracle will delete all the errored and deleted status assignments specified in the days in the parameters. Again, this is only available with the Redwood UI. The next update is disable add to journey action. Now when learners land on the course from catalog learning, they see that when they click on the course, there is an action button of add to journey. The same can now be hidden using customizations done in VBCS. This can entirely be removed at various pages like browse learning, search learning, my learning, catalog details, and community details. Again, this is by default enabled. You can no need for configuration to enable this, but if you want to hide this, there's a configuration as a customization in VBCS. The next update is report on enrollment questionnaires. So now Oracle has given few more attributes in the learning area in OTBI. You can now get a report for enrollment questionnaire with more extended detailed columns like questionnaire name, code, text, type, learner's response, response code, and learner's comments, again any questions. This enhancement lets you report on enrollment questionnaires easily. Again, this is available out of the box from Oracle from 24C onwards in your OTBI area. The last one is the replaced or removed features in Oracle Learning Cloud. So with every update, Oracle gives us the list which will not be supported from Oracle in this module. So for the learning, responsive pages in learning module will not be supported after 24B. This would be replaced with the Redwood learning page. The pages for the responsive would still be available to use, but Oracle would not help you out with the errors if you face any on the responsive pages, and would encourage you to use the Redwood UI, which is flexible, fast, and easy to navigate. Next is the OTBI subject area, which is learning management subject area, sorry. And instead we have a replacement for as learning record subject area, which is now generally available for all the reporting purposes. And the last one is the third-party provider WebEx. So we have external providers integrated with the learning module, and WebEx would be discontinued from now onwards. That was all for the Oracle Learning Cloud, and now we will be moving to talent management. The very first update from 24C in talent management is to secure the goal actions using privileges. So now, for all the goal actions available for the employees to perform on, can now be individually used from privileges. So if admins decide to remove the copy, share, align, extend, move, cancel, any actions on the goal from specific role, the same can be done using their individual privileges. By default, it is available in the seeded roles. So if you want to configure it specifically, then yes, a configuration would be required and you have to remove them from your custom roles. The next one is AI suggested goals based on previous performance evaluation. So again, this is an update in Redwood UI of talent management, where Oracle would be suggesting you goals based on the previous performance evaluation. So once the evaluation is done, Oracle will help employees to write goal comments on performance goals or development goals, or to help managers and employees add their comments on overall summary based on the goal type, based on your previous responses, based on your ratings in previous performance evaluations. This has to be enabled from a profile option, hence configuration is required to be done, and this would only be supported on the Redwood page of goal management. The next is copy and view previous goals. So now you can specify that if you would like to copy the goals from previous performance document, then yes, you have that flexibility from 24C that you can copy the goals from your last 1.5 years of performance documents. So employees and admins can copy the goals and assign it to all the employees across the organization, or employee themselves can copy the goals from their last year's performance documents. Here need to enable is yes, that means you have to move to Redwood UI. Configuration is no, because it is out of the box available from Oracle, but only on the Redwood page. And it's a quick win. The next one is the updates to goals data loader. So now when you are loading the goals via HDL, that is HCM data loader, you have more attributes available for the admins to load the goals, like goal plan. In the goal plan, you have multiple columns available, and in the goals file, you can now upload actual completion date. So you can upload completed goals, completion status, their description, their target type and value, and their unit of measurement code. In Redwood, so you have to move to Redwood and the configuration is not required. The next is the Redwood experience for performance documents, participant feedback, and performance eligibility admin pages. So as an HR specialist, you can use these pages like performance documents, send feedback to any participants, create eligibilities on the Redwood page. So all of the configuration admin pages are now moved to Redwood UI from 24C. Again, need to enable is yes, because you have to configure the Redwood profile options to get your system on Redwood. Configuration is no required. So the only Redwood profile options helps you get this feature out of the box defaulted in your environments. This will enhance business users to fasten the process and have the talent management on Redwood pages. The next one is Redwood experience for performance process flow setup page. So when you create a performance document, there are multiple pages where you have to configure the settings of the performance documents. Now from 24C onwards, all of these pages are on Redwood and entirely supported or all the configuration side and the end user side. Need to enable is yes, because we need to enable the Redwood profile options, but the configuration is not specifically required to enable this. It comes defaulted when you enable the Redwood for your talent management. Both the pages like create a performance document, testing performance are now on Redwood. The next update is check-ins between managers and indirect reports. This page is now from 24C available in Redwood, where managers can send the check-in documents to their direct reports and indirect reports from the Redwood page. From the screenshots, you can see that they can select the review period and they can by default see the read-only mode for employee, and they can switch between the available check-ins like in the past and if they want to assign a new one. Any changes on the same can be made on this page. Again, this is defaulted from your Redwood setup. You only need to move to the Redwood UI from the profile options for Redwood. No additional configuration is required for the same. Sorry, the configuration is required and we need to enable the profile option. Sorry. The next is AI assistance enhancements for manager evaluations in Redwood performance documents. So managers can now use the AI to create multiple comments when they are evaluating the performance documents for their direct reports. AI will help managers to write comments, rate employees, as they will evaluate the employees' previous performances, previous comments, and the ratings. This is only available in Redwood, and yes, you need to configure it based on the profile options. This feature will provide an easy way to managers to fasten the process and write the comments. The next one is dynamic skills chip displayed for Redwood check-in discussion topics. So whenever a manager assigns a check-in document for their direct report in Redwood, now they can see the recommended topics from AI available on Redwood pages for managers. So these are the few skills they can add for the managers for the employees during check-ins and write the comments to complete it. It is by default enabled in Redwood and you need to configure the profile options. Moving to the next update, it's the additional goal attributes available in Redwood performance documents. So when the performance document is assigned to employees, then employees as well as managers as well as admins performing their tasks in the performance documents to rate the employees. They can see the goal information right on the same page. So they don't need to navigate separately to the goals section, check the accesses, check the ratings, check the completion status. Instead, they can simply click on a link called Show Goal Info, and there would be a panel appearing on their right side with all the information like start date, end date, their priority, and the progress on the goal. This is enabled only for Redwood pages, and you need to configure few additional profile options. This feature will help managers check the goal updates with less number of clicks and on the same screen. Next is the additional goal attributes available in Redwood check-ins. So the same show goal information is now available in the check-in documents along with the performance documents. So when assigning the check-ins, if manager had selected the goal, then they can simply click on view goal details and they can check the goal attributes directly again on one click on the same page. The configuration for the same is required to be enabled and it is only available in the Redwood UI. This feature will help managers to have consistent information for all the goals across all the pages. The next update is anytime feedback, requested feedback, and check-ins in performance documents without overall summary. So now employees, managers, and HR specialists can check these documents even without putting the overall summary. So in overall summary section, users can simply click on show more information and their information pop-up would appear in all the three documents like anytime, feedback, requested feedback, and check-ins without even entering the overall summary. This feature will help HR specialists to perform better evaluation discussions between managers and employees, giving them access to all the performance information. Need to enable is no, and configuration is not required because this is automatically available in your Redwood page. The next is automated synchronization of linked job and position profile. So in this update from 24C, the sync process between DFF, which is descriptive flex fields, available attributes, will inherit the job profile to position profile when you select the job in when you are creating the position. If you have added the profiles correctly to your jobs, so this will have a smooth flow of the profiles on the job as well as the position. The configuration required for the same is no, but this is only available in Redwood UI, so you need to enable your talent management through the profile options of Redwood. Next is the change of field labels for skills and qualifications page. So before 24C, this was not supported to change the labels in Redwood. But now we can simply change the labels with a very few clicks directly on the profile types page, not even going to VBCS. So from 24C, we have that flexibility that you can change the label from the seeded one to any of your custom, like if you want to rename the licenses and certificate name to custom license, then you can do the same with very fewer clicks on the profile types page. Need to enable is no, that means it's available by default, but only on Redwood page. And the configuration is yes, because if you want to configure it in your system for the custom labels, then you need to configure it for all the sections specifically. The next one is the succession info quick action. Now the succession page is available in Redwood, where HR specialists can create succession plans, see the details of succession plans, see the candidates added, member of the pool, all the pages in Redwood UI starting 24C. Need to enable is yes. That means you have to shift to the Redwood pages through the profile options, and the configuration is no because it is available out of the box with the Redwood profile options. The next one is the Redwood experience for talent review. So the talent review configuration page where we configure the talent review meetings, rating options, box chart views, date options, the display fields, everything is now available in the Redwood UI on the same page with multiple options to your right. This update in 24C Redwood will help HR specialists to get the work done in less clicks on one same page and in a faster way with the Redwood. Need to enable is yes, and there are certain more profile options you need to enable with the Redwood page to enable the talent review section for Redwood. The next one is the new attributes goals subject area. So now from 24C onwards, we have some more attributes added in the OTBI section for the goal subject area. So the subject areas are workforce goals, goal status overview real time, where we have two more new attributes like minimum number of goals and maximum number of goals. In workforce goals, goal plan subject area, again we have minimum number of goals in goal plan and maximum number of goals. And also you can now design a workforce goals report with the additional attribute like actual completion date, completion status code, the target type for the goals. You don't need to enable this, and by default it is available in your OTBI areas to create new reports. The next one is reporting on talent review potential assessment response comments. So now with the Redwood UI and 24C update, you are reporting on talent review meetings by including reviewers' comments for potential assessment responses can now be enhanced. You can use potential assessment response column in the folder of OTBI, and you can get the responses report very quickly. This is again an additional subject area added in the reporting. That's all we have for the talent and Oracle Learning Cloud for 24C. Thank you. Handing back to Hardik. Yeah, Hardik.
Yeah, thank you, Yashi, for the wonderful insights. We don't have any questions in the chat or question panel, so we'll be thanking everybody, and we'll be closing the session. We'll be sending you the recording of this session and also the test scripts and PDF presentation as well. So please do look out for the same on an email. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.